Environmental Protection Agency honor our leadership. Of course, that is the leadership of His Excellency Joseph Boakai, and the work we have started doing, including some of the major decisions we took there today.
Okay. And I'm so happy and fortunate to be very close to this broom today. Uh, I'm so happy to be close to the broom. But how has it been since taking over the Environmental Protection Agency?
Uh, it has been great there. Of course, challenging, but it's an environment to work. It's an environment to be able to show leadership. We are very grateful to our president for giving us the opportunity to serve in that capacity. There are great workers there. There are people who deeply care about the environment. They are at the EPA thinking about this country for today and in the future. You
Mm.
know, we this is our third week, so we took over the entity. But before going there, first we declare our assets, and at some point we even make it public just before going there to take over the agency.
Okay.
And we got there a huge reception. So since then, we are there working, trying to understand every bit and pieces of it. It's a very big institution. But the good news is that we are fully prepared. I have a master's and PhD in environmental science more
Okay.
broadly. So that's my field of study. So I know exactly the language in the area. I know how to communicate along with my partners internationally. I taught environmental courses, both at master's and BSc level, for a long time.
Okay.
So we are very, very prepared, and we are happy to be there.
Of course, you should be prepared with the kind of portfolio that you carry. 3 weeks into the job, today you put up a press conference and you came up with some major decisions, especially affecting Liberians along the Roberts International Airport and other area. I just want to sit back and give you time to tell Liberians today what major decisions the EPA came up with today.
You know, as you read, Davis, the EPA is a regulatory instrument to safeguard the environment of Liberia today and in the future. So the act that created the EPA and other environmental laws, they are very specific about companies operating here on what arrangement they should operate. There are various permits we gave out, permits that are very specified as to what the company can do and what they cannot do. So
Okay.
we have all those in place. But for some reason, some companies, for one reason or another, they don't want to obey the laws of Liberia. One of those companies being the East International Company. The East International Construction Company is the one that is building the road from ELW Junction to RI.
Okay.
That company has not been following the rules of Liberia, the environmental laws of Liberia. Um, so residents have been complaining, especially the dust particle they emit into the environment.
Okay.
Mind you, when they prepared their proposals and submitted it, there was provision in the money that the government gave them to take care of all that. We got a lot of complaints, but I think just we're in a job just a week, and then we got a letter from the Honorable House of Representatives, especially the Committee on Natural Resources, Health, and Rural Development, and highlighting the issues on the road and how you're affecting the people and the complaint they're getting from citizens. So after we got that complaint, we dispatched our scientists there to ascertain, so to really find out what was going on. They went there with a specific mandate. One, residents are complaining about the dust, but scientifically, I mean, is this company emitting dust into the air, especially fine particles? We call that particulate matter. They measure in two categories. One is 2.5. One is PM10, PM 2.5, and PM10. The PM 2.5 is a dust that is very small, and it travels through the air for a very long time. It can enter your nostrils and can go into your respiratory tract. It can cause a lot of infection there. So we went to measure as to the how much is being emitted. So the scientists took their equipment, they went there, they measure it, they saw the random.
Liberian scientists.
Oh yes,
Okay.
I mean I
From the
am
EPA.
from the EPA.
Okay.
We have some really young and talented. Raphael Ngombo is
Okay.
over there with a host of team that I mean. Raphael had developed a lot of stuff, and he had been traveling around Africa, training other people in chemistry in terms of how to measure these things. So he's very good, along with others. So the two sampling on the roll with the equipment. The result shows that that company is emitting 3 times the acceptable level,
Wow.
almost 3 times. The acceptable level is 15. 15. It has a micro unit, long kind of thing, but it's 15.
That the
And
body can accept.
yeah, that's from the World Health Organization.
Okay.
That's they the one gave the standard, and this company is emitting almost 45% of that.
Are
So
they aware?
when they are aware, long time the EPA, even because EPA contacted in the future, but they're not paying attention to anything.
Okay.
Then we also our researchers also interview the residents, though their perception. Many of them have been getting sick of asthma, all kinds of things.
Hmm.
What we cannot say for sure is because we are not medical doctors, well, we can say that the dust is one causing it. But
Okay.
we also know scientifically the dust is a potential cost, right? But that was established. But we also found other things such as the East International not no PPE, personal protective equipment for the workers.
Wow.
We so that's a violation. So as of today, we categorize their violation and the monetary value attached to that. I think it amounted to $55,000. So
Okay.
each need to pay that, and then into government covers, I the EPA, and their permit also expires. So come back, try to renew your permit, and make sure that you put in mechanism to be able to solve those problems that you are
You
causing.
saying that his permit is expired?
Yeah, yeah, it's
What
permit.
what permit?
Oh, there is something before you do all the work. We accredit. We give you a
Oh,
permit.
okay.
You do environmental impact assessment, all kinds of processes you go through. Then you are satisfied to do the work, and then we monitor the work. And it expire, then you have to renew it also.
Mm.
So it's the current one expires. Then that's just one. But there's another company that is attached to East International. It's called Fenju International.
Okay.
Fenju International is the one that's supplying East International with the rocks they're using to build the road.
Okay.
Venju, the they have the ability or the should I say ability? I'm trying to use a rightful word, but what I'm trying to figure out is they're very brave to go to the marshal wetland and fill in the wetland to lay road as a shortcut to get to where they're picking their route from.
Oh.
So I mean, under our law, you can't do that. You can't get go and fill in a swamp road like that. It's blatant violation of the law. But they have no no regard for law. So the when somewhere when you're going to the RIA, be looking at your right, you'll see a brand new model road. Just slash it into the swamp and split the whole thing. That is against. So it's a major violation. So as of today, we closed down Venture by law. They're not supposed to operate.
Oh, so
They also,
Venue is closed down as we speak.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They need to put in mechanism to come to the EPA so that will guide in the process how they're going to restore that wetland they have destroyed.
Hmm.
There's another company, a quad mining company. Quad is another, all kind of associated Chinese holding. I mean, our great friends from China, they are doing very well. Chinese embassy, they have a good relationship with Liberia.
Hmm.
We want to emphasize the role of the Chinese in Liberia and that of the role of Liberia in China.
Okay.
So diplomatically, we are very good. But there are some companies associated with their names that are not also doing things right. So
Okay.
this one here, Quad International, Quad Mining Company, somewhere in Brove, the area they identified to create a new West Point, they have been there mining a kind of special thing called Zagon. Sargon is a special kind of mineral that is used to make high grade ceramic, the glasses. The very hard one, that's very tough and it's very useful, it's very, very useful. They have been there and illegally mining the sand
Illegally.
without any permit. They don't have permit from the EPA,
Hmm.
nothing. But not only that, actually encouraging the local people to mine the sand around that area. You're not supposed to do that because the sea erosion when you're mining the sand from the beaches. You know what you're going to do, and so that whole place is at risk because of the action of this company, and they're doing it. They don't have license. They don't have anything of sort.
Hmm.
You understand? So that too is a major violation. And then we also closed them down today until they can come with realistic figure of what they're trying to do. You can't get come to Liberia, you think you can get go. That's a form of stealing actually. You don't have the authority to do what you're doing. You just go and
Wow.
start doing it. You
Hmm.
understand? But in addition to that, we are also today we mentioned and we encouraging our people stop filling the wetland. Stop dumping garbage, in the wetland. Stop backfilling the wetland because you want to build houses there.
Hmm.
This is wrong. We see that an increased police academy road area. We see that at Paco Island. We see that different part of Monrovia. People are constantly filling the wetland. When we talk about wetland, we're talking about swamp.
This one, yeah.
That is wrong. God is great. He created a world and everyone has a purpose.
Hmm.
Swamps are very important in our life. Actually, without swamp, we cannot live as people. We won't
Sure.
be able to survive actually without swamp. The fish that we eat, they live either in the ocean or in the rivers. But most of the time, they don't lay eggs there because if you lay eggs inside the water, it's just the current going to take their way away. So they come in the swamp area where they lay their egg, their young grow before they go back. So if you destroy the swamp, you fill in the swamp, it destroy their habitat.
Sure.
There are also all kinds of important tree species. That swamp, a lot happen in that swamp. But one thing that can also happen in the swamp, we're not careful, it always coming back to bite us, is the swamp is made as a natural sink. So when it rains, all the rainwater it washes away. Where does it end? It end up in the swamp. So as a result, those of us in the dry land with our homes, water don't enter our homes because the swamp is there to absorb the water.
Okay.
You understand? But when people are filling in the swamp, then where you expect the rainwater to go? One can see why the rainy season there is
Lots of flooding.
flooding all over, water entering people's homes. This is so wrong. So we are asking our people, is by law. You're not supposed to fill in the swamp. Is by law. The swamp belongs to the government. The swamp does not belong to any private individual. So those who are selling swampland, those who are buying swampland, you're doing that as your risks.
Hmm.
Because we're trying to increase our environmental inspectors, and we're going to be bringing it to boat. We're going to be closing areas down, and if our oil required to actually arrest and prosecute people, we'll start doing that
And
because
there
they
were
have to stop.
there where I was about to go there, Mr. Yapawolo, because um, before you, many of your predecessors at the Ministry of, at the Environmental Protection Agency, this is one thing they've been stressing on. Don't, build in the wetland, don't sell the wetlands. Yet we see this persisting all the time. You will find people moving in these wetlands, building there. You mentioned the SKD Boulevard, all these areas is vivid. We can see them, but then it seems like nothing is happening. How we expect now, or what assurance do we have that this time around it will change and not be business as usual?
We started the examples today. We started to close down bigger companies today that are breaking our laws. And so they say you want to kill the snake, held it by the head. So by we starting with the bigger potatoes, you can understand that coming down, we hope the action today will be a deterrent. If we can close a company that is building a road and we're closing it down, right?
Hmm.
If we can do that, how about you who, basically you're trying to hoard there, here and there to fill in the swamp? You know, we're trying to we're trying to demonstrate to you that we're coming for you. We're trying to demonstrate to you that it can be as usual, right?
Are
Government
there
is here.
specific penalties for that violation, building in the swamp?
The law prescribes specific punishment.
Okay.
A lot of them that fine, you have to pay certain money. You clean up. Some of them you got to restore that swamp back. It's supposed to restore it to its original status. Some of them you pay both fine and then you go to jail,
Wow.
or sometimes you go to jail. You understand? So there are clear punishment in the law for violators. So we are asking people to really, really, really take care. Don't feel in the swamp, because
Okay.
eventually you're doing that at your own risk. In fact, it's not good for you, and that's the reason why we have government to make sure there's law and order. It's not even good for you. If you feel in the swamp today, build in that swamp today. Not only that you're going to be flooding the whole environment, the whole place, you're going to be flooded. Not only that you're going to do that, but yourself, your house, in the next 5 to 10 years, that house is going to sink.
Hmm.
You understand? Because the soil made of swamp is not meant to hold a house. So even if you feel in it today, you have a temporary thickness of it, you think you can build there, you're going to be there, and sooner or later you'll see the foundation going in. At that point, what will you do?
Hmm.
It's government responsibility to stop people from hurting themselves. That's why we have government to institute law and order, so there's law and order in society.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if you leave people to operate on their own, some people really do some stuff that are not correct.
Okay.
And so we encouraging those who are building and those who are actually doing this thing, let them stop.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put effort in it. At the end of the day, either you're going to jail or you lose it. At the end, you are putting like maybe 10,000, maybe 5,000, maybe 1,500 US dollars. You
And,
want to lose that money?
and that will be broken down without any compensation.
Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, I don't know why, if you violate, you think somebody should pay you for your violation. No, no, no. I don't have any law like that to say that, somebody who building a swamp, to take it from there, you should compensate them for what? If we do that, a lot of people will start building a swamp,
Okay.
because at the end, they will be demanding money.
Oh,
Well, I don't know about law on the book like that.
okay, so a reminder that you listening to the Bumper Show. On this final segment of the program, we are speaking to Dr. Emmanuel Urey Yarkpawolo. He is the executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency. Several issues we talking about. You heard from the onset several, companies constructing the RIA road and doing other work across the country have already been either fined or closed down for violation. And we still talking more. I'm sure you, as our guest, our audience out there, as usual, will have your part to play.
I
Mr.
just wanna add that
Okay.
before actually opening the line, because there are current events we have to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an event of what happened at Bear Mountain.
Okay, B
Bear
Mountain.
Mountain. There's the incident. So
The
we.
EPA really got part to play in that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we have also been talking to them. And they have a lot of permit they have to get. In fact, series of permit. Their mine site, how far the digging, there's permit for that. In terms of the land, the degrading and the livelihood of the people, there's a permit for that. They bring in chemical to be able to use it to get a gold, to wash the gold, the chemical to bring it in the country. There's a permit for that.
Mm.
So there's a permit for everything. So as of the incident, what we have done is that we dispatched a team of professionals there, for them to go investigate and bring a report as to what is ongoing at B Bounty. But also, we dispatched another team to their operation in the Kogoya area in Bon County. They also operating. So, as we speak, there are teams in the field, and maybe a week from now, we'll be getting a scientific report as to what actually happened and if they violated, what laws they violated, and what would be the punishment. And but also, we heard that there was a chemical spill somewhere in Todi.
Yeah,
So
the main river.
yeah, yes, we also
Main
heard that.
clan, yeah.
Exactly. So as of today, we have also dispatched a team there also to go and investigate. So on our leadership, the EPA is a moving vehicle in
Mm.
terms of trying to enforce the law of Liberia, but also trying to make sure that our people are safe. because that's the essence of the EPA. How do we create development today so the current generation benefit, but our environment is not degraded so that our future generations won't be able to benefit? So we are here to strike that balance. So our eyes are open and we have good men and women who are at the EPA working 24/7 to make sure that they perform their duties.
Okay. I want to ask you about the water companies. These we find several, in fact, thousands of water companies now across the country selling such a water. The EPA, the Ministry of Health, the as the NFIL, right? The uh, 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 Public Health Institute working together. I want to know what's the EPA's function in ensuring the kind of water that's coming out of these companies, because I'm sure you all work together.
So in more instances, they also, before you establish a water company, before you operate, you come and ask for also permit to do that. And that permit is really what we call again the environmental impact assessment, where a team of experts visit your water company to make sure that things are in order.
Mm.
That's for me is an unexplored area because we're spending 2.5 weeks on the job, so we have not dived deep into
Into that one.
the water system and see what all going on there. But
Okay.
it's part of the function of the EPA, and we're going to be diving into that as well. Uh, and the searches of the water, the plastic,
Mm.
those plastics, they don't go away. They stay with the environment almost forever.
Sure.
So that's something going forward we all have to think about. The government has to think about it, and Liberians have to think about it as to how many plastics we want to, be using in terms of, you know, that's why areas of collaborations is needed with water and sewer. Because if at all the larger population has access to safe drinking water, at that point, if at all you can go in the market and get clean water, homes have clean water, public places have clean water that you can get open the tap and drain. If we reach to that point with the population, then there's no need for people to be buying water in plastic.
Mm.
In fact, that type of provision of water will be able to undercut the plastic water producers because people would not buy them. So they will naturally sometimes fade away. But at the point, if like that, people who are still doing it, there also a way to work with them to see whether they can do it more in a way that we don't have influx of plastic in the streets that we're having it right now. So the plastic part is really, really a major challenge.
And sure,
Yeah.
I had a question for you on that one. As an environmentalist, I'm sure you've been calculating yourself even before you got in this role. You've been thinking about this plastic issue, not only the sachet water, but the cold plastic, the soft drink bottles, the plastic bottles. We see them all in the streets, clocking the various drainages and things. If the debate will come today that Liberia should do away with plastic and find an alternative, what could your stance be?
Well, better easier than done. I just gave you an explanation that for us to move this way, there has to be alternative way of doing it.
Okay.
So first, if we zoom in on the water part, where we've had the plastic, that hard water surge, if we zoom in on our part, then we have to try as much as possible to get safe drinking water for the population
Mm.
than before. So it's not either or. There has to be innovative way of thinking about it. So clearly, am I in support of plastic? No, I'm not. But is it that we can just stop the use of plastic? No,
No, no,
because
not
it's
at all.
not feasible to do so at this point. But as we grow, especially, we have the S under the arrest. The S is standing for sanitation, and sanitation of all clean water, and everything is embedded in that particular word, and personal hygiene, all of that. So, as our president has this sanitation as part of the major agenda honor his government, and we are supporting him to achieve that. So I think there will be some effort down there. Maybe in the next few years or so, we can see increased water supply, clean water supply from Liberia, from water and so on, not just in Monrovia, but different parts of the country as well, and that will help us. But the plastic, the one that we can use maybe for coal or other things, sometimes we encourage people to double use it. So if I'm going to market, especially a black plastic bag,
Hmm.
bought it or the big blue plastic bag, I have it. When I go, I take my better boy and things from inside, wash it and clean it and dry it. Next time you're going to the market, pick up that plastic. That's another way we can recycle that plastic. Use it over and over. Don't get go anytime you go in the market, new plastic. Anytime you go in the market, new plastic because they are cheap. But even they are cheap, they still costing you some money. So if you do that over time, you'll be helping to protect the environment because you are a responsible citizen. You know that plastic is not good for the environment, but yet plastic is helping you for your to hold your food from one point to another.
Sure.
The best thing is use it plenty of time.
Hmm.
And that's what we encourage our citizens to also do.
That Yarkpawolo, I want to take you to another part. Yes, 3 weeks in the job, not a long time, but I'm sure.
2.5 weeks.
Sorry, 2.5 weeks in the job. That's not a long time, but I'm sure you probably browse through some turnover notes and might have some understanding about some. I'm specifically asking about these erosion prone communities, West Point, Nuclear Town, and the Buchanan. These areas, the EPA and partners made some interventions there. We're working there to build some defensive walls. I'm sure you are aware of that. Are we did it conclude with the building of the walls in those communities, or are they still ongoing projects in these various communities?
Oh, yeah, there are some ongoing projects, especially the West Point.
Okay.
We have the Monrovia Metropolitan Project that is funded by some international partner, UNDP, and the government of Liberia. So that project is at a stage where a lot of feasibility studies are being concluded. And those studies take a long time because you actually want to do some of the study during the rainy season and the dry season to see the depth of the water, how far the water can go. And
Okay.
so a lot go into that. So since we took over, we are now picking up some of the projects, especially the one I'm talking about, West Point, and some other restoration projects. So they are ongoing.
Okay.
A lot of them are ongoing, and those are stored. We're trying to find the reasons why they got stored in the first place,
Okay.
and things that we need to put in place that were in there that were not there before. We are trying to pull those pieces together so the project can continue because they are very, very important.
Hmm. 077-835-862. Call that number. You can also call us on 080-514-096. 0880514-096, 077-835-862. Call those numbers and ask your questions. Dr. Emmanuel Urey Yarkpawolo, the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, is our guest on this final segment of the program, and he's here to give you the kind of answer for your questions. I'm sure we have a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, my name is Charles. So I'm calling from Pong County.
Charles, welcome and make your point.
Okay, I really want to appreciate the honorable guest in studio, and I want to appreciate him because as a son of Pong County, especially District 4, I'm really impressed to have him interpolating, issues confronting the Liberian people, and I hope and pray that he will do his best. He will work in the interest of the Liberian people. And by the grace of God, I hope and pray that God will be with him and he will work in the interest of the Liberian people, not in his own interest, but the Liberian people. I am proud of him. I'm from Bon County and District 4, especially District 4. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's hear from another person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Melvin Shah. I'm calling from Southern Street.
Okay.
So, one, and I come article where I see the question that sachet plastic is one of the major problems in Liberia. Sachet water plastic.
Okay.
So when I did my survey, I understand that 60% of our plastics in Liberia is sachet water plastic. And this plastic, 45% it goes to our water. So I want to know our EPA. What are the main problem on plastic? Are they trying to eradicate plastic? Because that is one of the major problems we face in our garbage.
Okay. Eradication.
Yes, eradicate plastic. Another thing we can't have is getting out in Nigerian Street again out in the use. That area is on a lateral lane. Nigerian Street. Because you know the road from Nigerian Street coming down to get everything is not passing through. It's stopped, right? Yeah. So that lane is owned by the government of Liberia. Then you see people waiting cabbage there, then you see the smoke going in the air. Like EPS trying to do that lane.
The lane you're talking about,
Okay, I'm sure you pick it up
opposite B side.
No, the lanes are getting having the lanes after
Okay.
Emmanuel restaurant, Nigerian Street.
Oh yes, okay, I know that
The lanes
area.
are right there. The lanes not passing through.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your observation. I'm sure Dr. Urey will take a cue on that one and take some action on it. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you, Valerie. This is the voice of Children Gabriel. And I join you this evening for my usual wrestling this week on my famous practice.
Okay.
And I mean, appreciate with Dr. Yarkpawolo. I think he spoke relatively with companies of mental issues of our country. Valerie, we need to be serious.
This is Chap Davis.
Okay, John Davis, sorry. John Davis, we need to be serious in this country. If we as a citizen, we have a serious problem in this country. And badly, it will get to you that the other time I was driving to Liberia Junction, from Liberia Junction all the way to Kamuma. There are people who will drink water and drag the plastic on the street and don't call it for distancing. And most of those things they are shaving it on the government. The government is not doing this. The government is not doing that. We as a citizen, we have a serious problem.
Okay.
For our environment to be clean, we have to take action steps for our environment to be clean. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Another person is here. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Welcome.
And let me say good evening to your fellow guests.
Yeah.
This is Jerome Juti, and I'm calling from district number 4 in Moxorado County. You know, he spoke lengthily on the line of the EPA issue. There are some people, most often, they never expect them to even try to speak when it comes to now the EPA. And I pray that he will be on the red track victory point to see how best he can speak on behalf of the Liberian people and the government in position, that area. He need to be scooted now to see how best whatsoever he passed through before he can get there. Then he come out and tell you some things about that area.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Another person. Hello.
Hello, Janzere.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Junita.
Okay. Welcome. Your background is noisy. Get away from your receiver, please.
And I'm interested in the topic that is being discussed.
Okay.
One of the things that I want to EPA to look at that is very soon is this has to do with the wetland.
The wetland.
Yes.
He spoke about it, but I'm sure you want to add.
Yes, what are they doing? Because garbage are dumped into the wetland. People is saying that people shouldn't use the wetland. But when you go right around or 540, people are driving for construction. I don't know what EPA is doing. Then secondly, garbage. Rubber, plastic, rubber bottle. EPA is doing to curtail it. And in our open mind, I think they could do what recycle. Where they get to this company at the end of the day, you could collect the plastic and have it sold to the company that will get it.
Okay.
The weight of plastic and plastic bottle around it.
Okay. All right, let's hold you there. And Mr. Dr. Urey Yarkpawolo has been taking notes, and he will respond to the first batch of callers. Then we take few more calls. So, Mr. Urey, you listen to your people.
Yes, yes, and everyone, thank you very much for championing here. In terms of my brother calling from Palm County District number 4, we say thank you too for all the support. Yes, plastic is a major problem in Liberia. So a lot of people talking about plastic. We talk about plastic. Going forward, we all will have to be innovative how to deal with plastic. I'm against plastic, but plastic as a stain is also helping. So in terms of, like we said, the water companies, they're putting water in it and people get grab it and drink it.
Yeah.
And like the soft drink companies, and when you go in the market, plastic, you buy pepper, where you put it. So so plastic has a lot of problems. But one of the callers said, and I said that earlier, was let us try to double use it many times. It's
Mm.
called recycling. That's one way. But we have to find a way to deal with plastic. I remember sometimes ago, so that was back in 2018, 19, some other guys, they were recycling plastic by melting it and making some sort of bricks out of it.
Yeah, flower
That's,
pots
yeah,
and
I
all of
saw
that.
that
Yeah,
before.
yeah, I saw that too.
Sometimes, so there are some sort of innovative idea around this, but we also encouraging Liberians, whenever there is problem, there's a business opportunity. So when there's something, it's a problem, like you're talking about filling the drainages and all that stuff, especially young people, being innovative to say this problem, I can turn it into a business opportunity.
Sure.
Whenever there's a problem confronting society, that's an opportunity for you to create job, right? So we are open to innovation at the EPA. When you go to the EPA today, you're going to see two boxes. One is labor grievance box, the other one is innovation box.
Okay.
So even the workers at the EPA, they making use of those boxes. We're asking the public to also make use of the boxes. Those boxes are locked. Only my SA has the key, and he looks there every time, get information. This is open communication. So
Yeah.
even in the
Yeah.
public, if you see something that you're not satisfied with, you can easily report that in our grievance box. You don't have to write your name on it. We're only encouraging people to be factual. What you put in there, make sure it's right. Because when you put it in there, we're going to take time and resources to investigate,
Sure.
right? So, and then innovation box, any idea you have also get right in and put it in there. So we're encouraging people. The 19th Street landfill and the burning thereof, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We'll look into it and we can check with the land authority. The ownership, you say, is government land. We try to clear it as much as possible.
Hmm.
I encourage the other callers say Liberians should change. Of course, we should change our behavior. It is kind of customary, sadly, for people to go outside and drive dirt anywhere, but
Hmm.
at their home, they don't do that. So I don't know how your home will be clean. Then
You litter the
yeah,
streets.
yeah, it's quite disconnect. When you are clean, you are clean. Clean home, clean outside. So really that's something that we need to do. The trash and people putting trash in the swamp, with asking them to stop. We started talking with the Monrovia City Corporation, the leadership there, the city mayor. We started
Hmm.
to talk as to how we can collaborate so that we work with the land authority to identify spaces in communities where people can be able to get their trash dumped, and then a way that we can get it from there. Another business opportunity for Liberian trash collection and disposal. If you venture in that area, you are strong. That's also a business opportunity for you,
Sure.
because sometimes too, if the people don't have any place to throw the trash at all, and there's a wetland that is open, they start to use it.
Definitely.
If there's nowhere to throw the trash at all, so these things are so connected. So we are working with the relevant authorities to make sure that those are under control
Hmm.
little by little. But
Okay.
all Liberians, we do have responsibilities in this.
Okay, so let's take few more of your calls. 080-514-096-0 Hello,
Yeah, yeah, good evening.
welcome.
My name is people calling me. Why you do me for this number 5 in Batala, Bon County?
Okay, you will say that name again.
Yeah, the first thing I would like to appreciate the President of the Republic of Liberia for a fast start out there by appointing our veteran Bieber Institute to be part of to be the head of the environmental. But I have a strong recommendation to him
Okay.
because I've been working with different institutions before. The world environmental, it should not only be limited
to the community area alone. Those cities, those that will be appointed as a local city mayor then to the various cities, most especially like in Batala, Bonkandi, like in Banga, Swakoko, those places like even Totopa. And one for the environmental action, it should not only be limited in the community area or that of Morozio. It should be extended, and they themselves should be on the field to really look at those places to see where the city corporation working in the conference of the environmental for the citizen to clean up the environment.
Okay.
Because those things affecting the citizen so much. When you see those signals every day, you go to the very clinic, the very hospital, I believe that when they check, when they really put mechanism into place, I think the sickness will be minimized.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from another person here. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Welcome.
And good evening to the special studio guest there. I'm Benjamin Flumo calling from Bomi County, District number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I must commend the studio guest and also commend the Honorable President Joseph Ivan Boaka for appointing such a brilliant citizen at that particular place of work. And I want to recommend to the Honorable Man in studio. If you just cross the Pool River Bridge heading to Bomi, we cross the Modi Cemetery. There is a little community right around the fencing tower in there. On your left hand side, you observe that there is huge pollution, environmental pollution occurring there by some individual. I think that should be the people that are operating over there. Above there, you got a little town situated above the particular hill. They are doing serious mining at a particular area, and they're causing serious problem there.
Okay.
And in 3 to 4 years time from now, people are living in that particular town. They might like the form within that particular hole that they are digging there. It's very serious. One recent time we did a visit around there, we were just discussing with our colleagues. It causing serious problem for the people there. I want you to really look at that particular area. Then you did a visit there and then see how best to engage the guys that are operating there.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Urey is taking, notes, and he will respond to that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm Abraham SQ2 recording from Looking Down.
Abraham, make your point.
Yeah, I tell the director, thank you for bringing some ideas on the board. From my point of view, should have good and safe drinking water or clean environment. End of the day, the country will move forward.
Okay.
So at least if you violate the EPA, you can be able to pay to government revenue, or you go to jail. No other entities enforcing their policies, that is EPA to enforce their policy too. And
Okay.
people be afraid to join them some places. So thank you very much, Mr. Director, and thank you for you hosting him.
Okay. This could be our last caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah?
Yeah, my name is Abi M. Yarkpawolo. I'm calling from Banga.
Okay.
I just want to extend my gratitude to the director in studio. To let him know that the president is doing everything for the best of our country. So, being head of that department, we are fully depending on him to execute the best means for the betterment of our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And we will now, draw the curtains on the call section and hear from Dr. Yarkpawolo respond to the callers and later take our parting comment. Doc?
Exactly. And before I get there, I just want to say that also we want to inform the public that we are renting a building somewhere there at 4th Street, but we are thankful to those who give us the building to rent it. But eventually, we are making plans for the EPA to have a new home. We need to
Okay.
have a green city. So that when you get there from a distance, you know this is an environmental protection agency.
So you planning on construction?
Well, we are thinking about that seriously. We have a land, we have a building, diagram, everything. We are just looking for a way that we can get some financial support, both from the EPA ourselves, for our partners to in the government, to be able to get a home for the EPA that is permanent. But
Okay.
from a distance, you see this is a real EPA. We just
Okay.
want to announce that. And we are also now working on our 100 days deliverables under the leadership of His Excellency
You
Joseph
would like
Walker.
to know let us to know what are some of what you have lined up in your deliverables?
A decentralization, initiate the decentralization of the EPA.
Okay.
So that means we have some county offices. They are on staff and underperforming. So, like somebody said, we need to increase the workers. He called them tax force. That's true. That's environmental inspectors. Get them trained. Get a lot of them more. But try to start to initiate the implementation of the law of the EPA. A call for the establishment of county environmental council districts. So on our deliverables, we want to initiate, we want to start some of the work.
Hmm.
And I think
Decentralization.
yeah, so some of our friends are coming along the way to help us do that. But that's something that we are thinking about seriously, and we are working very hard because the president has instructed us to do this, and we have to do it for the sake of Liberia.
Hmm.
So on the Vera, most of the comments are in the form of not question, but really what are they commending us, but also encouraging us to do more. So
Sure.
so this caller talk about which is spread the EPA work beyond just the companies to include other areas. I agree, 100%. The EPA is not only for companies. In the work of the EPA encompasses everything.
Hmm.
Like he says, cities, villages, roads, rivers, just everything.
Hmm.
Protection of species, climate change, and smart agriculture, road construction. The EPA is very cutting as an institution that cut across all sectors. So our work is not just for the companies.
Hmm.
We just told some companies, some highlight today, to prove to the companies and others that there is a real workable.
But you're getting information of more companies that are involved with the violation for which you
Well,
punish
the
some of
gentleman,
them.
the gentleman talk about the Pole River Bridge. When he crossed there, he described the place. There is something ongoing there now.
You will check it out.
We will check it out.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons here also, in addition to our integrity boxes that I get described earlier. And if we establish our county, our county offices will have those there too. So those in the county, you don't already have to come to Monrovia
Hmm.
for you to do that. You can put all your information in there. And we'll pick it up and we'll be able to act upon it. So we'll check. And so thank you for bringing this to our attention. Maybe some work has been done there already. I'm very new to the EPA,
Hmm.
but I'm going to follow up with compliance and try to find out what are anything they've done over there with that company.
And
If not,
even though you're still new, but I'm thinking about what you have started already shaking yourself up with your international, obligations, your international friends, and all of that.
no, of course, there is a pool of congratulatory messages around the world. The university I graduated from is the second best public university in the United States.
Okay.
And the environmental program is one of the first environmental program. In fact, the National Institute for Environmental Studies, he was a U.S. senator in the 60s. He led the whole environmental movement. So it's very pioneer. So for that reason, those of us from Ukoy, UW, Madison, call ourselves Badgers, we have connection all around the world.
And your guys will be looking at you,
Of
Madam
course.
Fali, in this role now.
No, definitely, definitely. It's really a big deal for
Sure,
us there.
sure.
So all the supports are coming in. So there's a need for more task force. I talk about that to support the work of the president. Of course, His Excellency, we are here to support his work because he loves Liberia. He said we should think Liberia. We should love Liberia. We should build
Build
Liberia.
Liberia, yeah.
Those of us who came to help him from the LPP, we all do that. And when government is a place to serve, but it's not a place to steal, and we say a better Liberia is possible. So we encompass that all together as one big lump sum. We think Liberia, we love Liberia, we build Liberia. That government is a place to serve, not a place to steal. And for us, those of us, the broom carriers, we carry our broom to demonstrate that the broom is at the EPA and all the time. So people seeing it there.
Mm,
And we say that, a better Liberia is possible.
sure.
So yes, we are working on such a philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything finally, Dr. Urey? I'm sure we will have you in your time because the challenges faced by your institution is so huge, and you have a lot of work to do. So we hope to have you on as much as possible to enlighten the public of what you're doing and the progress you've been making.
The good news is that our work has already started to catch the attention of stakeholders.
Okay.
So we appear before the committee. We have appeared before the committee, a house committee, on natural resources.
So soon?
Yeah,
Okay.
have and rural development. But the thing about the honorable lawmakers, they were impressed with the work of the EPA, and they are giving their support. In fact, one lawmaker called me today. I think it's from Nima, who part of our law that had never been enforced or modified in terms of it. He said he was introducing it in the house today. So there are people from the legislature who are willing to help us. And of course, the president, by his sending me to the EPA, he got demonstrate his commitment to the environment as well, because he also, I know what he stands for, and we are here to support it. So I think everything we're doing, what we're asking Liberians, follow the law, do your part. Don't be driving direct in the street. Stop filling in the wetland swamp. Stop filling in the swamp. Say you will build your house. Eventually, that house you will not have it. Will take it from you. You'll be punished for it. Even if we don't see you in the future, that house will break down. Swamp is not a place to build a house. So we're encouraging everyone, at least that particular one. Let's start on a small, while we expanding. Rome will never build in a day. Thank you, David.
Okay, Dr. Emmanuel Urey Yarkpawolo is the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA. He's been our guest on this last segment of the Bumper Show today. Tomorrow, we will be here again with another edition of the program. But till that time, let me say many thanks for your listening role, and let me say thanks to all of those who helped in making this possible today. On behalf of the entire team and the management of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Baba from Painesville, my name is Jab Davis.